Hello? I didn't know there was a cat here.
I'm Mr. Ropes. Ropes for short.
Where did you come from?
I used to work on board a big down-easter sailing ship, but now I lived at the Penobscot Marine Museum in Searsport, Maine.
Nice to meet you, Ropes. I'm an educator at Penobscot Marine Museum. My name is Sarah.
Nice to meet you, Sarah. What are you doing today?
I'm going to show everyone a puppet show about exploring tide pools. Have you ever seen a tide pool?
Sometimes I like to walk down to the bay. What's a tide pool?
You know how sometimes at the bay the water is up the beach and sometimes it's down? That's the tides. And when the tide goes out and the water goes down, it leaves some water and some small creatures in little pools, and those are called tide pools.
Cool. I've seen those before. I like to look for little crabs.
Me too. Do you want to find out more about the different things you can find in a tide pool?
Definitely.
All right, let's watch this puppet show.
So pretty.
Me too, but
I love being outside and being by the ocean. It is so pretty.
Me too, but I'm hot. I'm going to go splash in that little pool over there.
Whoa! Watch out! Don't step on us down here. You might think this little tide pool is empty, but it's actually full of life.
You can talk? You're a sea star.
Of course we can talk. Let me introduce myself. I'm Sandy the Sea Star. I have 5 arms, but I don't have a backbone like you guys do. I am called an invertebrate, while humans are called vertebrates. I am so lucky because sea stars can be so many different colors and patterns, so we are all unique. What's your name?
My name is Betsy, and this is my friend Jim.
That's so cool that you can talk. I thought you were called a starfish.
We used to be called starfish, but we're not fish. Fish have backbones like you guys. I'm much more closely related to sea urchins and sand dollars. So now we're called sea stars.
Right. Now I remember that fish are vertebrates because they have backbones. Sea star is a pretty cool name. Who else lives in the tide pool?
Let's start over there.
Hi, I'm Andy, the sea anemone. Just like Sandy, I'm also an invertebrate. Many anemones can be as small as a ½ inch, and that's as small as the tip of your pinky. But some can grow to be as big as 6 feet across. I capture my food by stinging them with my tentacles. But most sea anemones won't hurt humans. Your thick skin protects you from my stinging harpoons.
I didn't know that anemones could sting.
It's always a good idea to be careful when you're nearby or touching wildlife, even in the ocean.
Thank you. We enjoy the company, but we don't like to be handled too much. Next is Andy's Crabby Neighbor.
Oh, hi, I'm not Crabby. I'm Hector, the hermit crab. I'm different from the other creatures you met because I have a hard outer shell that protects me. When I need to, I can curl up inside that shell, but when I get too big, I have to take my shell off and find one that fits better. We can all be different colors, including red, brown, and even purple.
So you move from one shell to another shell? Just like people move from one house to another? That is so cool.
That's right.
Susan, you're next. Susan doesn't talk much. She mostly hums to herself and dances in the water. Sometimes I like to dance along with her.
That sounds fun. We can all sway like seaweed.
Susan is a kelp, one of many different seaweeds you might find in a tide pool. Fish, shellfish, and other animals live in seaweed forests or use seaweed for food. Do you know you can eat seaweed?
I've never eaten it, but I'd be willing to give it a try.
Next is our prickly friend.
Hi, I'm Sierra, the sea urchin. I may look unfriendly because of all my spikes, but I am actually not. If you touch my spikes, though, it might hurt because we have these spikes to make sure that we stay safe. I get around by using my hundreds of sticky feet, and my spikes help as well.
Whoa, your spikes are pretty neat.
Where is Samantha? I wanted her to go next.
Hey, I'm here. I'm Samantha the shrimp. I am a type of shellfish, which means I have a hard shell on my outside. Ding, ding. This acts like my backbone and protects me. We also have long, hard noses that look almost like the beak of a bird.
That's awesome. What are you looking around for?
I used to have a lot more family around here. They moved to Canada. It's getting a little warm, so I might decide to move too.
Well, I think that's everybody in our little tide pool.
Thank you so much for telling us all about your home. We will definitely make sure to be more careful next time we see a tide pool.
Thank you so much. You can come visit anytime.
There is so much to discover in a little tide pool. We will definitely spend more time exploring.
Wow, that was cool. I didn't know there were so many animals and plants that live in tide pools.
That's not all of them. There are many more, but we only have so much time. That was based on a play written by Audrey, our intern.
I liked the puppets too. I'd like to make my own.
It's pretty easy to make a sea star finger puppet. You can make it out of felt, fabric, or paper. I'll show you how to make a very simple one out of paper. You need paper, pencil, scissors, either a stapler or tape, and maybe markers.
I have all those things.
Okay, so first, fold a piece of paper in half. Then draw a star on the paper. Now cut it out. And staple or glue the sides together, but don't staple the bottom. So that you can put your finger in and it can be a finger puppet. Then finish it by drawing eyes and a mouth.
Here it is.
That's great, Ropes. I love it. Thank you so much for making finger puppets with me today. And thanks for joining us and watching our video. Will you come back next week for another puppet show?
Sounds like fun.
Thank you all for joining us too. We hope to see you again next week.